The following podcast contains descriptions of sexual situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Warning, spoilers are present in this podcast.
Third World Cinema Club.
Hi guys, did you miss us? Welcome
Hi.
to
Hi.
Welcome
I
to-
like it,
Welcome to Third World Cinema Club. I'm John Tawasil from Present Confusion.
I'm Princess Kinoko Film Police Reviews.
I'm Jim from Jimilikula at Ibaba.
Wow,
Ang alandi.
bago na bago.
Alandi sa'yo.
Binago ko lang.
And welcome to 2019.
Yes.
Our first episode, I guess, or mini episode for the year is going to be about Percy Intalan's Born Beautiful, the sequel to June Lana's 2016 film Die Beautiful. So we've all seen the film, yeah.
No. Pero
No?
ay ganito na lang. Ako na lang yung mag-ask ng questions.
Sure. So Born Beautiful, originally a TV series. It continues where Die Beautiful left off. So
Right.
Barbs, this time played by Martin Del Rosario. She's a tama na yung pronouns, di ba? Sorry.
There's the
Yes.
airplane. Char.
She,
Hindi po yun UFO.
yeah. We're Clark Air Force Base de. Joke.
Beautiful
Villamor.
location.
Joke lang din.
In the, deep into the night. Charot. O game.
So so she's now she does makeup for the dead.
Yes.
Partly because of her job, what she did with her friend Trisha, who played the Paolo Ballesteros. And she encounters different kinds of shenanigans.
Right.
She has a few romantic problems. She deals with, I guess, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen, a possible knocked up situation
Yes.
in what you call a conversion therapy
Yes, ngay
place.
conversion therapy or they called it reparative therapy.
Yeah. Jim, what did you think of Born Beautiful?
Yes.
Nakakamiss si Christian Bables as Barbs.
Yeah.
Although, nasulat ko na rin naman na best choice for replacement si Martin Del Rosario. Magkaiba kasi sila ng intensity or level as
Yeah.
Barbs eh.
Would you say they're different characters, or would you say yung essence pa rin of what Barbs is ay nandun pa rin?
Nandun pa rin naman. Pero dito iba na siya eh. Parang mas makikita mo yung may pinaghuhugutan siya. Yun. Mas makikita mo na yung backstory niya. Ayun.
So, yeah, Born Beautiful, it's a very fun film. Nakakatawa siya. Nakikita mo kung saan siya pinagtagpi-tagpi sa TV.
Okay.
May film din kasi last year na ganyan. Single if you've watched that.
Yes.
Ako, I haven't
For
watched
Cinema One.
Yeah, they also tried to turn a TV series into a feature film. Tas medyo mixed yung results. In this case, it came off parang it's better off. Para mas okay yung transition niya to film. Pero nandun pa rin yung ibang problems that comes with such a transition. Na tipong meron kang plot threads na parang naputol na lang. Yung 3 acts niya are very episodic. Na alam mong feel mo ito yung arcs to of episodes dun sa planned TV series. And yun, the ending is abrupt. I'm not sure if
Talaga?
sadya or naubusan na ba sila ng material or what. Pero yun, it's the ending may turn some people off kasi nga bitin.
Okay.
Ah,
Do you guys feel na magkaka-sequel pa ulit?
I hope so.
I hope so.
Die Another Day Beautiful? Ganun.
Live Beautiful.
Gusto ko
Pwede.
yung idea ni Jan na Mamu versus
Yes.
Barbs.
Versus Barbs.
Dawn of Bucon. Ganun.
Gano'n.
Pero
Interesting.
sabi nga ni Jim, there are about Mamu, masaya din ako na recently, in the past year, marami tayong films about LGBTQ na they're not overly dramatic. They're very positive.
Right.
Yes.
Kasi Mamu and Born Beautiful, they're both very fun films. Parang hindi sila nang-judge. Parang they acknowledge that there's a problem, but these people are doing the best they can. They're human beings. And that's the best thing I can say about that. Kasi kumpara mo sa ibang bansa, kaya sa US, yung approach nila to these topics are very different.
Yes.
Nandun pa rin sila sa drama-drama, maraming conflict.
Oo.
Parang you can do a fun, light movie without resorting to histrionics. Yun yung nagustuhan ko. At sana nga mag-crossover ang Mamu tsaka
Yes.
Born Beautiful.
Saka with Born Beautiful, kasi diba it was directed by Percy Intalan. So may difference na siya with June Lana's direction or
approach.
style.
Yes.
Kasi with June Lana's Die Beautiful, pansin ko hindi masyado ma-music, tahimik, ganon.
Yes.
Even dun sa mga dramatic moments. Dito, loud siya. It's because of the character ni Barbs. Magkaiba kasi sila Trisha and Barbs. Yun yung mapapansin mo. Ayan.
I guess, angkop naman kasi parang, di ba, the Die Beautiful focused on Trisha.
Yes.
This one focused on Barbs. So, parang the films reflect their personalities. Pwede naman. And, speaking of si Percy and si June, yung dalawang director, parang sila yung at the forefront of parang taking these issues na kailangan mong i-discuss, mga gender issues, into something na digestible, something na ma-appreciate ng mga tao. Like, last year din was when around this time din last year ang dalawang Mrs. Reyes.
Yes, ang dalawang Mrs. Reyes.
That was June Lana, right?
June Lana.
Yes.
And yun, it's also a mainstream film, pero it's very ganito din siya na tipong it
Light yung
tries-
pagkakatakel
Yes,
sa
it tries to
homosexuality.
these issues without resorting to like too much negativity.
Oo, tama. Parang it
Yeah.
just made it look like it's part of a normal day ng mga Pilipino, ganun, no?
Yeah. The
Hysterics naman yung yung loudness nun, no?
Oo.
Between Judy Ann and
there's
and Angelica.
there are some things din na gusto kong parang sana dinelve more yung into nung pelikula. Spoiler alert, guys.
Go lang.
There's one scene na nandun siya sa conversion therapy center and then si Barbs parang ni-rape siya nung
Yeah. Actually, although it's disturbing on my end or para sa akin, pero for me, matapang yung pelikula na tinalakay
nila yun.
Yung
Yeah.
ganong topic or ganong part kasi may ganon talagang nangyayari. Kasi may
Yeah.
mga naririnig ako na story kasi ako I joined a support group with may SSA din. So alam ko na may mga
What's
naririnig
SSA?
ako. Same-sex attraction.
Wow.
Kaya yung tawag natin SSA.
Sorry.
So, yung mga
Spoiler.
ganon, nung nagtatanong-tanong din ako sa mga kakilala, meron din dito sa Philippines talaga ng, yun nga, yung gay conversion or reparative therapy. Na parang, akala ko sa US lang na parang boy erased. Ganon. So, meron dito.
Pero may ba, Jim? May naririnig ka bang, incidents of abuse na
Oo,
nangyayari?
na gano'n. Kasi,
Unfortunate.
hindi naiiwasan because, oh my gosh, controversial.
Okay
Controversial
lang.
na topic. Hindi siya naiiwasan kasi, kasi alam ko siya eh. Alam ko yung ganun pinagdadaanan because I considered it as a struggle
Personal.
of mine, diba? Pero, hindi siya naiiwasan kasi, paano ba sasabihin in a lighter way? Kasi pag nandun yung temptation na you're dealing with a person who has the same struggle of the same sex attraction, there are tendencies na pwedeng mag-fall or mag-fell off or yung mag-come out na hindi siya positive, na nagiging negative siya, na parang instead of
Supporting.
mayroon silang tawag doon healing na part, hindi siya nag-heal. Kumbaga parang the more na nagde-delve na sila dun sa or nagda-dive in na sila dun talaga sa homosexuality and natitake advantage siya instead of sensitively na natutulungan yung tao. Yun yung mga naririnig ko
Yun.
na story, gano'n.
Though, after nung assault kay Barbs, kasi this happens during the first, third of the film.
Yes.
Parang, for the most part, hindi na siya binalikan, except for one line sa may ending. Na parang, does it reflect na tipong, kahit na laganap ang sexual violence against the LGBTQ, parang bakit hindi niya ni-report sa police? Would the police have taken it seriously?
Actually, kung makikita mo siya, nangyari rin siya kay Trisha nung gang rape niya in
True,
Die Beautiful. Pero dito kasi ang controversial or yung I could say provocative na part ay ito na yung nagda-dive in na siya within the religion, di ba?
Yes.
And kasi kumbaga kung ang isang tao is asking for help, like na may confusion siya within the sexuality. Yung character kasi ni Barbs, he's looking for a safe place which she thought na matatagpuan niya or makikita niya with that gay conversion therapy, which did not happen. Diba? And nakakalungkot siya dun sa movie.
Yung kay Trisha, yan, no?
Yung kay
Barb.
Additionally, may parang almost throwaway line siya. Kasi during Barb's stint in the gay conversion therapy place, sila with girls na tipong, sige, mag-jerjer kayo, gano'n.
Actually, hindi bawal yun eh. Bawal yun. Sa part na ganun, bawal yun.
Bawal yun.
Syempre naman. Parang disrespect na rin naman eh. Yun ang tingin ko, as a heterosexual, pag ganun din, parang, sige, makapag-sex ka.
Fino-force mo na siya eh. Just
nga.
to prove.
And doon sa part na yun,
I don't know if they research about it thoroughly, pero bawal yung part.
Pero alam nyo, ito, since na-open up mo naman din yung personal, stuff, I just encountered someone, tas parang ni-reveal ko sa kanya na this other person that I know is out and proud. Tas parang, hindi halata, kasi nagmo-model-model pa nga siya, ganyan-ganyan. So, kuyaan mo na, kasi choice niya yun. Hindi, gagawin ko siyang babae ulit. And then ako, parang, sabi ko, bakit mo gagawin yun? Yun yung
gusto niya eh.
Yun yung gusto niya. So, parang, actually, hindi yun yung first time na narinig ko from, I don't know, Filipinos. Kasi, personally, sa daddy ko, ganun din eh. Parang sabi niya, yun si may lesbian akong cousin. Yan si dati, sinabit ko sa puno yun para lang maging babae ulit eh. Kaso,
actually, di ba may part nun, may part nun sa movie na, di ba yung si Joey Paras, hinahawakan niya yung braso, gano'n. Sana experience ko, pero hindi pa naman ako to the level na ganong part. Yung katulad ni Barb. Sana experience ko, they will ask you if it is okay to touch you in the shoulder. Kasi may mga tendencies that if you touch a person with the SSA, pwede kasing abused siya eh. Kaya parang ang isip niya, pwedeng yung pag-touch sa kanya is a sexual abuse or physical abuse. Kaya yun yung ko dun sa movie na.
Yung take mo dun.
Oo, na parang, okay. Ganon.
Ang galing.
Iba kasi yung, siguro, with the experience na ko, parang ko na siya personally na, okay, nagigets ko siya.
So siguro parang yun yung siguro, they did thorough research, no?
Dun lang sa part nung nung sa mga pagpunta sa bar,
yung sa bar.
Medyo ako doon. Pero doon talaga sa yung may session sila and then
medyo na nakuha nila.
Nagque-question siya sinahawakan. May mga ganun talaga minsan.
Speaking of that bar scene, Barb's character, she hooks up with this hooker played by Chai Fonasher.
Brilliantly.
Talaga?
Yes.
Ang galing niya. And they
Paging Chai pa na share.
Chai's character shows up again later in the film na uy, nabuntis mo ko. Panindigan mo to. And may isang sinabi doon siya, parang dinidismiss siya ni Barbs.
Ayun yung pinag-usapan namin ni Manny. Parang ni Manny na parang na out of character si Barbs doon. Kasi if you dun sa Die Beautiful, hindi mo siya ganun.
So yun, dinidismiss niya si Chai na parang bakit ka puta ka lang ganun. Which adds another layer na tipong there's not only like discrimination against the LGBTQ, there's also discrimination against sex workers. Na tipong, porke ang trabaho mo ay nagbebenta ka ng katawan, parang kasalanan mo, like,
Something happens.
something happens to you. Eh, yun ang hanap buhay mo, di ba? Of course, hindi yun yung focus. Parang little side plot lang siya. Pero I thought it could be expanded upon in maybe a future movie or a TV series kung mag-ganon sila.
Actually, nalulungkot ako nalulungkot ako dun sa film. Ay, nag-fell si Barb sa dalawang lalaking may asawa.
Parehong
May asawa.
married. So, parang, nalungkot
would be
lang
interesting to kasi yung isa, the one of them, si Akihiro Blanco. He's married to
Si-
Elora Espana.
Ang ganda
Friend of
ng
the
char-
podcast.
Hi.
Ang ganda
Hi,
ng
Laura.
character ni Elora. Sayang nung gusto ko.
And the relationship is surprisingly open. Na tipong Elora, parang not by her own words. I wish they would have clarified that. Na she consented to the relationship.
Actually, sana parang in-expand yung character ni Elora kasi ang ganda ng character.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Maureen Mauricio's character in si Back Midnight Dancers. Kasi
Yes,
Noni Buencamino is gay in
Si
si Back Midnight Dancers. And yung asawa ni Maureen Mauricio, I forgot the name of the actor, is a macho dancer na nainlove nga si Noni Buencamino doon. So parang nung nakita sila, alam na agad ni Maureen Mauricio na, ay, ito yung hindi na wala nang start na gano'n. Alam na niya na ito yung karelasyon ng asawa ko. Tapos parang, winelcome niya, just like Elora. So parang, ang galing. Ang galing nung part nung character ni Elora doon.
Yun. Sana yun, parang medyo nag-dive pa sila deeper into that. Kasi, they did it now with ang dalawang Mrs. Reyes na tipong, you see, like a same-sex relationship, pero from the other side. From the side of yung iniwan. Also sa distance, ni Percy Talan, which came out in Cinemalaya. Ganon din yung parang perspective.
Saka diba yung meron silang, may linya doon, may dialogue si Elora na, hindi naman ako madamot. May mga hint siya. Tapos, nung
Subtle siya no?
subtle siya.
Subtle.
Tapos nung nakita-kita sila doon sa restaurant, I like that scene as well. Yung sabi, pagsaluhan natin si Michelangelo. It's laughable, but maganda yung execution for me.
Maybe in the sense na sobrang parang ang dami yung sina-challenge na
Totoo.
norms. It also challenges the notion of monogamy. Pero yun nga, a 1 hour 30-minute movie, I don't think it's enough to discuss all of it. Pero at least nadaanan niya. Parang ganun yung parang feeling ko na nung lumabas ako dun sa pelikula. Anyway, yun.
I think yung ako, based from what I've heard from you two, take away ko siguro dyan is like, number one, parang they discuss homosexuality or LGBTQ in a way na parang it's in a light mood, pero they also try to educate the viewers kagaya nung sa experiences or what to avoid or what they actually feel. Tapos pansin ko kasi parang 'di ba sa US sabi mo US films yung mga LGBTQ laging dramatic yung pagkaka-execute.
Yeah. Sobrang konti
Kasi-
lang yung like Love Simon lang yan. Pero yun, parang may drama pa rin yun eh.
Oh, pero I think ako
Actually, Love Simon is lighter.
not to contradict, pero siguro pansin ko lang madalang yung film or dito sa Pilipinas mga LGBTQ films that just display their sexuality as a norm.
Yun,
Kasi in US, norm yun kaya dramatic siya.
yeah.
Norm.
Sana mas
Although,
marami pa siguro.
sana. May mga siguro merong ibang unearthed, pero mas madalas like Zombadings, pagdadalaga ni Maximo Oliveros, yan, yung Die Beautiful, lagi siyang humorous.
Ang napapansin ko kasi with differences ng mga LGBT films, LGBTQ films sa iba't ibang country ay dinedepende pa rin nila sa culture. Ganon yun. Even sa US kasi, we know naman na liberated sila.
Oo, sabagay.
Ganon. And may mga racial issues na dinidiscuss. Dito kasi sa Philippines,
Very...
may mga part na parang dinidiscuss din na may double standard ang Pilipinas when it comes to LGBT.
And you can compare like the Philippines to another like very open Southeast Asian nation like Thailand.
No.
Yes.
Thailand, ang dami nilang mga
Yes.
film, mga boys
So,
love films.
correct.
ganyan.
Kasi gay capital of Asia ang
Oo.
Thailand.
Yeah, and then compare that to another Asian country na hindi ganun ka-open with their sexuality like Japan,
Japan.
South Korea. I
South
think.
or
Korea
South
din.
Korea.
Yes.
Sobrang konti ang nakikita kong films from both countries that deal with LGBTQ issues.
I think another one is yung polyamorous.
Really.
Favorite ng mga playboy.
Polyamorous relations.
Mga polyamorous
Or
relationships.
non-monogamous relations. That's different pero yun.
Oo. Yun.
Yun. Mga ganun. So, overall, Jim, what
What
did
do
you
you
think?
think?
Okay yung film. Although not my favorite.
talaga.
Same, yeah. Not as good as Die Beautiful. In my
Is this the
opinion.
first Filipino film you guys have seen?
This year.
No. My first Filipino film this year was Boy Tokwa.
Ah, okay.
Ako kasi ay kinatch up ko yung sa Arya.
Ay, Arya.
Arya. Tapos, nung first week ng January, I saw Girl in the Orange Dress and Rainbow
Sayang. Di ko
Sunset.
pa napapanood yun.
Okay.
Okay.
So, sige guys. Sana magka-sequel pa to. Yan. Please make more films like this.
Yes. Live beautifully. Char.
Yeah, live beautiful. Marami pang words before beautiful. Verbs before beautiful. Dance beautiful. Sleep beautiful.
Man beautiful para lesbian naman, ganon. Manly beautiful, ganon. Oh.
Third World Cinema Club.
Let's move on to the to our familiar segment.
Yes.
What did we watch recently?
Okay, maiba taya? Gusto nyo?
Oh, Princess,
Joke lang,
ikaw
mauna.
muna.
Ala ako. Na-surprise pa no. Ano kaya? Well, Kuya Wes, pero we're gonna tackle that on a different day.
Yeah, different episode.
Yes,
watch out for that, guys! Yeah.
Ano bang huli ko napanood? Moana.
Moana.
Yes, see the line with the shine.
Dahil sa pamangkin mo. Gusto ko yung Moana, actually.
Actually, ako din. And alam mo, since di ba lumabas yung dapat actually ang papanoorin ko is
Kaya mo yan. Coco.
sino babaeng may payong?
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins
So I love
Returns.
it. Mary Poppins Returns. I love it.
Yun, kasi pinapanood sa akin si Lin-Manuel Miranda singing yung
Yeah.
covers not a book. So anyway, since naalala ko, nga pala si Lin-Manuel Miranda yung nagsulat ng Moana na songs. So sabi ko, dun ko siya na appreciate pa lalo. Although I really loved Moana. I love Moana. So parang dun ko siya na appreciate lalo yung parang yung concept, tapos yun nga yung lyrics and stuff. So yun. It's something that you really, really have to watch. And kagaya na sabi ko, lahat ng mga Disney films mas nag-i-improve nitong mga later knots kesa nung 90s. So, yun.
Ako naman, other than Kuya West, which we just saw, we'll talk about that later. Also, Sakali Maging Tayo, maybe one day we'll talk about that. I watched the 2 documentaries on Fire Festival, Fire Fraud and Fire. Personally, mas gusto ko yung anecdotes nung Netflix docu. Although, parang the coverage of the Hulu documentary in Fire Fraud was a bit more broad. Yung problem ko lang with Fire Fraud, ethically, is in-interview nila si Billy McFarland.
Yes, and I heard they paid him.
They paid him,
They
which
had
is
very unethical.
very unethical. I don't know.
May
Yeah,
honorarium
maybe.
pala.
May honorarium siya eh.
Oh my gosh.
Pero yun, there are also nice videos on YouTube that you can watch about that. And also, I'd like to take a while, a bit, to talk about one of my favorite films of 2019. It's an anime film called Liz and the Bluebird. It's based on a anime called Hibike Euphonium.
Japanese.
Yeah, it's a Japanese film. It's directed by Naoko Yamada, who directed A Silent Voice, if you've seen that. You don't need to watch Hibike Euphonium to get the plot of this film. It's a very, very simple story. Pero it's unlike any anime I've ever watched before. It's probably one of the best anime films I've seen in the past, like 5 years, 5 to 10 years. It's like an European art film. It's very meticulously crafted. The opening sequence, I've seen comparisons to Chantal Akerman. Jean Delman, that silent. parang nga Oda sa wala. I've seen, di ba, Oda is being compared to Ackerman 2. Ano it's very like that. Pero, in terms of visual language, yung economy of shots niya, yung parang choice of shots niya, because Yamada focuses on body language to evoke like emotion or like a change of character. It reminded me of Bresson, Robert Bresson.
Hindi pa ako nakapanood.
Yung mga yung mga earlier-ish films niya. Na tipong they focus on hand, they doing something. They don't show you everything. Pero ang dami mong nakikitang information from the visuals. So very economic, visually, And it's a story about these two girls. They're trying to sort out their relationship with one another. So, covers all the bases. It's an amazing film. And pati yung music niya, yun. Even if I'm also heterosexual, ganun. It's, I can relate to it also. Parang that feeling that you love someone so much na hindi mo kaya silang pakawalan. May ganong feeling. Parang in every sense of its construction, it makes sense. Yun. So, sana magkapalabas siya sa Pilipinas. Parang hindi naman once in a lifetime, once in like 10 years kind of film. Sana mapanood nyo. Yun. Jim, do you have anything?
Yung Remarkable na lang sa akin. Marami kasi rin ako napanood. Like, yun nga, Arya, and then, gusto ko kasi si Mary Poppins Returns.
Talaga?
Mary Poppins Returns. And
Naiyak ka
Split.
rin ba?
In Split. Kasi,
Okay.
lately ko lang napanood yung Split. Oo, kasi...
Naiyak ka sa Mary Poppins.
Napanood mo yung Mary Poppins na original?
Yes.
Oo.
I saw
How
it.
about sino ba yung isa pa? Sino?
Nanny McPhee?
Nani McPhee.
In fairness, ako sa
Charades.
Shumarade si Princess dito. Nakuha ko.
Kasi, hindi ako fan ni Julie Andrews. I prefer Sound of Music than
Mary Poppins.
And I believe, forgive me, upset yung win ni Julie Andrews sa Mary Poppins because she was the original Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady sa Broadway play. Then, Audrey Hepburn played or portrayed Eliza Doolittle in My Fair Lady na Hollywood version. So, going back dun sa Mary Poppins Returns, ang gusto ko with Mary Poppins Returns, magaling si Emily Blunt ganun. Kumbaga, she was able to reach yung like, ano matawag dito? Yung pagiging lovable ni Mary Poppins. Ayun. And then, ang natutuwa pa ako doon kasi may cameo si Meryl Streep.
Oo nga daw.
May cameo si Meryl Streep doon. And si Rob Marshall kasi, siya director din ng Chicago, Into the Woods, yung mga musical na yun. So, nung kina-compare ko, sabi, masusuko tong Mary Poppins Returns kasi with Mary Poppins Returns, lovable na si Mary Poppins. Even yung cameo ni Meryl Streep, nakakatuwa. Unlike with Into the Woods na hindi ko masyadong nagustuhan. Ganon. Tapos, ang standout pa doon, si Ben Whishaw. Yan. Kasi ano na siya isa siya dun sa mga bata na inalagaan ni Mary Poppins noon, na lumaki na. Ganon. So, basta na-enjoy ko yung film, masaya lang.
Okay. Sabi nga nila, parang yung performance ni Meryl Streep dito is like, hindi siya nag-transform. Tama ba? Or hindi naman
may
appropriate
mga accent pa rin siya. Kasi Russian, alam mo naman si Meryl Streep, Queen of all accent. Yan, ganun eh. Hindi siya totally ganun na-transform na like,
nawala siya, ganun.
Like,
Like,
Julia and Julia, ganun. Or Iron Lady, hindi po ganun. Hindi ganung level. So, yun. Fun lang siya dito sa Mary Poppins Returns. And then, yung Split, kasi talagang galing niya, no? James McAvoy. Sa multiple characters.
Sobra. Alam mo, parang
Ay, sige.
Sorry, natakot ako sa kanya doon. As in, alam mo yung parang first time ko siya napanood. Parang ako, oh my gosh, napaka-realistic naman ito ni James McAvoy. Parang, are you kidding me? Ganun, no?
Magaling siya dyan.
Napanood mo na yung Glass?
Hindi pa.
So,
yung Unbreakable kasi di ko bet. Sorry.
Yung Unbreakable, hindi ko pa napapanood kasi. So, sabi ko, panoorin ko muna yun.
Ako napanood ko yun sa Star Movies.
Yung Unbreakable.
Dati sa TV5.
TV5.
Sorry, dinownload ko yun tapos meron pala sa Netflix. So, sorry guys.
FBI, open up!
Tumawa ha. Ganun yung tawa eh. Parang hindi identifiable. Anyway, so yun.
Ayun, tapos si Anya Taylor-Joy pala yung nasa The Witch.
The Witch.
Yes.
So, siya yung, sino ba to? Casey. Ang galing. Natutuwa ako sa
Facial
siya
expression
ulat
niya.
nung character niya. Even
Oo.
yung magaling siyang acting.
Oh, no.
Saka maganda doon, na-discuss din sa film ang different kinds of abuse. Ganun, na
Abuse,
parang,
trauma.
Trauma. Parang Silence of the Lambs pa nga. May mga eksena doon na nag-reference na siya sa Silence of the Lambs and at the same time yung remake ng Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 2003. Ayun. Yun lang.
Okay.
Okay.
So, that ends our short episode
Yes.
today. We will see you next time. We'll talk
Napatay.
about
Itsura po namin dito. Napatayan kami ng ilaw.
parang yung mga multo dito.
Parang yan.
Live from
place.
UPFI. Ganon.
Ganun.
Na Blair Witch. Oh my God.
So, yan. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Thank you.
And we have a lot of very interesting episodes in store for
Yes.
2019.
Lots of guests invited.
Maybe taking place also in UP. Hint.
Hint.
I'm drunk, I love you, boy.
I'm drunk, I love you too. Yan. So, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.